Hamid, thank you for your time. Iran hitting targets inside Pakistan, and now Pakistan hitting back inside Iran. You are a senior journalist, very well connected to the Pakistan's political establishment. Based on what you are hearing, where is this going to? Are we heading towards escalation or containment?
You see, this is not the first time that the Iranians tried to hit some targets inside the Pakistani territory. But this is the first time that the Pakistanis also retaliated and used their drones and missiles to attack the targets in the Iranian territory. I remember that in February 2021, when Mr. Imran Khan was the prime minister, at that time, the Iranian army entered inside the Pakistani territory and they tried to rescue some of their intelligence operators, which they claimed were in the custody of some terrorists. And the Pakistani government at that time, they registered their concerns to the Iranian authorities. And recently, there were some attacks on the Iranian security forces, and one of their senior commanders, he was with the Iranian National Guard. So he warned Pakistan that next time we will retaliate and we have the right to respond back. So the Pakistani security forces and the Pakistani government officials, they engaged Iran and they asked them that if you have any information about the presence of Iranian terrorists inside Pakistan, you please share with us and we will coordinate with you and we will try to nab them, we will try to arrest them. But they never did that and they attacked on their own without informing the Pakistani authorities. So now the Pakistanis have also responded back in the same manner. And according to my information, some very important leaders of the Baloch Liberation Front, they were killed this morning inside Iranian territory. So if the Iran is saying that there are some terrorists in the Pakistani territory, yes, they are right. And the Pakistanis, they have also proved that they can also target the Iranian Iranian targets in Iranian territory. But both the sides, they don't want any escalation because this problem of the Baloch insurgency, it was not started in last few years. It was started during the First World War. It was started in 1915 and 16 and 17 and some Iranian authorities at that time, they tried to kill the Baloch terrorists with the help of some foreign forces. So you see, this the problem of Balochistan is very similar to the problem of the Kurdistan. Like Kurds, they are scattered in different countries. The Baloch militants who want an independent country, they are scattered in Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran.
I understand.
So that's
so for now, you think there is not going to be any escalation?
No, I cannot say that, but I know some people here in Pakistan, some politicians, some people inside the government who are trying to persuade the powerful people in Pakistan that now enough is enough. First of all, the Iranians, they targeted some people inside Pakistan, and the Pakistan also responded back in the same manner. Now it's equal. Now from now on, from today, we should engage the Iranian authorities and start a dialogue and try to, because this is a common problem. The Iranians are claiming that we are the victim of the terrorism. The Pakistanis are saying the same thing. So if both the countries are victims of the terrorism, they should try to make a joint mechanism to counter this terrorist activity.
I want to go back to one point that you mentioned, because you spoke about surgical strikes that were done by Iran in the past inside Pakistan. And Pakistan back then did not retaliate. Why did they retaliate now? What has changed?
Yes, this is a very important question because you see, the Iranians targeted Jaish ul-Adl. And you see Jayshul Adal, which was previously known as Jindullah. According to my information, these days Jayshul Adal is cooperating with Afghan Taliban, and Afghan Taliban have given the control of some of their western provinces like Farah. They are using Jayshul Adal to counter the activities of Daesh, which is also called ISIS. So the Pakistani government is not happy with the activities of the Afghan Taliban, because the Pakistani authorities think that they are sheltering some militant outfits inside Pakistan, and Jayshul Adal is one of them. So the Pakistani authorities, they got a chance that if the Iranians have targeted Jayshul Adal in Pakistan, and according to my information, there was no important people from Jayshul Adal in the border village where the Iranians fired some missiles. Some children were killed. I have seen the dead bodies also. The pictures were sent to me by some of our local journalist colleagues from there. So the Pakistani authorities, you see, they are also facing the same problem. Some of the army bases in Balochestan were attacked by the BLF, the Baloch Liberation Front. There is a coastal city in Balochistan which is called Pasni. So there was a big attack on the Pakistani security forces some time back, and it was claimed by the Baloch Liberation Front. So that's why the Pakistani authorities got this opportunity that if the Iranians have violated the airspace of Pakistan, so they thought that this is a golden opportunity to hit some targets inside the Iranian territory. And you see, to my surprise, the Iranian authorities have accepted. They have confirmed that those 7 people who were killed inside Iran by the Pakistani missiles and drones, they have said that they were not Iranian citizens. So I think that the Pakistani authorities, they targeted the right people.
Were you surprised this morning when you heard that Pakistan did strikes inside Iran, or were you expecting it?
No, it was not a surprise, because since last evening we were hearing that this time Pakistan will respond back in the same manner. Because you see, to be very frank, enough is enough. The Iranians, they are violating the Pakistani airspace, and their security forces are entering in the Pakistani territory not once, not twice, but 3-4 times in the last few years. And Pakistan never responded back in the same manner, because Pakistan thought that maybe they were chasing some terrorists, and that's why they entered in our territory. So the Pakistan expressed its anger. Pakistan registered their protest to the Iranian authorities, but never responded back like the Iranians. So last evening, I was told by some.
Do you expect the Iranians now to hit back again, or do you think both sides are just gonna consider it even and open dialogue channels?
Let me tell you one thing. I can only share my information with you as a journalist, that if the Iranians will hit any target again inside Pakistan, so the response from Pakistan will be very, very big, very, very big. I know the preparation. You see, I know the preparation. So it will be unexpected. And you see, many people in Pakistan, the majority of the people in Pakistan, they don't want any escalation with Iran, because they think that both Iran and Pakistan are the victims of the terrorism. But this is a very surprising attitude from Iran, that the Iranians never inform Pakistan about their attack. You see, it's like India, which targeted some mountains in 2021 in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province of Pakistan, and said that we attacked a terrorist hideout, and there was no terrorist hideout. The same thing is happened in the Panjgor area of Balochestan. The Iranians claimed that they attacked some terrorist hideout, but there was no terrorist hideout. Maybe it was their information was not correct. But as I told you a few moments ago, the Iranians themselves confirmed that the Pakistanis killed some people in Iranian territory which were not their citizens. So the Pakistani response was against the terrorists, and the information was correct.
You just mentioned, Mr. Hamid, that you know of some preparations that are being taken by the Pakistani army if the Iranians hit back again. Can you talk more about that? What kind of preparations are we talking about?
No, you see, I'm not part of their operational planning. So I only know that, you see, as a journalist, I got some information from some of my colleagues, some of my sources in Panjgor, in Turbat, in Mand. This is the area which is very close to the Iranian border. And the people, my friends there, they are very much concerned that there is a lot of movement of the Pakistani security forces. They are transferring very heavy weapons very close to the Iranian border from Taftan to Panjgor. You see, we share a very long border with Iran. So this time, if the Iranians will repeat their mistake, so their mistake will be converted into a big blunder.
You mentioned as well that Pakistani people do not want war with Iran. And historically, Pakistan and Iran have actually very good relations. How can both countries go back now to normal, to the normal situation?
They can go back to the normal situation through dialogue. And this morning, the Chinese government approached both Pakistan and Iran, and they offered their mediation. So I think personally, we don't need China. We don't need any third country to start a dialogue between Pakistan and Iran. Both the foreign ministers of Pakistan and Iran, they spoke to each other last night, and I think that the chief of the army staff, Sayyid Asim Munir, and the chief of the Iranian security forces, they can also establish a contact with each other. It's not difficult. They can yes, the Pakistan called back its ambassador from Tehran, but I think that there are many other. I just a few moments ago, one a Pakistani female politician who is very close to the Iranian government, she told me that she said that she is trying her level best to establish some contacts at the highest level, and she was very hopeful that she will be able to avert a bad situation between Pakistan and Iran. But it depends upon the attitude of Iran. If Iran will repeat its mistake, which I am repeating the word mistake. So if they will repeat the mistake, they will be responded back in the same manner.
Mr. Hamid, Pakistan is now in a situation where it does not have very good relations with its neighbor India. And the relations with the Taliban, as you mentioned earlier, has gotten pretty bad recently. And now trouble with Iran. How bad is this for Pakistan?
Yes, it is not a good situation. But if you are asking me this question, you should think about it, that in the past, many people in America, many people in Western countries, they were accusing Pakistan that Pakistan is harboring Afghan Taliban, and Pakistan is supporting Afghan Taliban. But now the same countries, the same journalist friends from United States to England, they ask me this question, that why Pakistan and Taliban are not enjoying good relations. The problem is the same, that Pakistan is of the view that the Afghan Taliban have failed to stop the cross-border terrorism from Afghanistan to Pakistan. So that is the issue. And what is the problem between Pakistan and India? Everyone is aware. And on this issue, Iran and Pakistan are on the same page, because both Pakistan and Iran, they have always supported human rights violation in the Indian occupied Kashmir. So this is an issue on which Pakistan and Iran have the same opinion. So that maybe that is the reason that most of the Pakistanis, they are not happy on the Iranian attack inside Pakistani territory, and they wanted that Pakistan should respond back in the same manner. But after the response of Pakistan, majority of the Pakistanis want that now the Iranians should not repeat their mistake.
Understood. How do you expect the Taliban in Afghanistan is going to respond to what's happening between Pakistan and Iran?
I think that the Afghan Taliban and Iran, they have very old contacts with each other. And I am a personal witness. Even before the 9/11, I was in Tehran, and I came to know about the secret meetings between the Afghan Taliban and the Iranian authorities. And after the 9/11, you see the Iranians gave an impression that they have very tense relations with Taliban, but that was not the case. Even the Iranian authorities, they sheltered some top Al-Qaeda leaders and their families, and they were given refuge. Yeah. So you see, the Iranian played a double game with the international community, and the Afghan Taliban, they were also playing a double game, and they were trying to fool everyone. But now I think that the Iranians and the Afghan Taliban have very close relations. But the Afghan Taliban are also trying to fool Iranians by sheltering Jaish al-Adl. So both Afghan Taliban and Iran, they have some problems. But as a journalist, I know that in the recent past, their top leadership, they met with each other, and they had a lot of one-to-one meetings, and they agreed that we have a common enemy, and the common enemy is United States of America. So they agreed that they will cooperate with each other against the common enemy. But after the withdrawal of the US forces from Afghanistan, now the Taliban are trying to establish contacts with the other countries. So that's why I think that they are putting pressure on Pakistan to please some of the enemies of Pakistan. So it's between Afghan Taliban and Iran. On some issues, they are cooperating with each other. On some issues, they are playing double game with each other. So, but in the long run, I think that the Iranians will try their level best to make some peace with Afghan Taliban.
In recent times, there were incidents in Georgia, in Greece, and in Cyprus, where individuals linked with Iranian intelligence services were accused of recruiting Pakistani extremists in order to carry out attacks against Iran's enemies. Some analysts think that Iran is keen on recruiting Sunni extremists for such purposes. Is that an issue for Pakistan? How big is that of a challenge in terms of the overall security challenge coming from Iran?
It's not a new story, you see. I'm a journalist. I have visited many war zones and the conflict areas. So I have personally met some Pakistani militants in Syria who were recruited and trained by the Iranian intelligence. And I was surprised to see them. There, you see, I was stunned when I came to know that some Pakistani Shia youngsters, they were going to Syria via Iran after getting training from Iran. And some Sunni Pakistani youngsters, they were going to Syria via Turkey, and they were joining the Sunni extremist outfits which were fighting against the Shia outfits. So you see, this is a big problem in Pakistan. The Iranians are recruiting not only the Pakistani youngsters, but they are also recruiting Afghan youngsters. So this is a problem. It's not a new problem. I know this problem. I have spoken to the people who are dealing with this problem. It's a very old problem. This problem is going on since last 2 decades. And I think that this is one of the reasons that I was suggesting that both Pakistan and Iran should start a constructive dialogue with each other to counter these kind of issues.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hamid, for your time.